Right, hello there and welcome to Modern Firm Practices. I'm your host, Brad Turville. This is the first of a weekly show I've decided to run based on the concept of running a modern firm and becoming the modern accountant or the modern person in your professional service industry. This is a phrase, the modern firm phrase. It's something I've been using for quite some time in a lot of my writing, a lot of my coaching, a lot of the concepts and my beliefs. And I believe it's the way of the future for accountants and for professional service industries. And I wanted to use this platform here to be able to communicate my ideas and my insights about the modern firm and bring it to you on a weekly basis in a platform like this. So the vision for the show is to run it weekly and to run it live. This is not live, this is pre-recorded. So due to some of the constraints around COVID, I believe in the concept of progress, not perfection. So I've decided to launch it. It is launching today. It is the 1st of July. And this is the format that we're going to start with. And then we're going to quickly move into a live format, which will be a lot more fun and interactive. So if you, the viewer of this show, Modern Firm Practices, if you have any modern firm practices or ideas or concerns that are top of mind for you, I would love to know what they are. I would love your input, and to be able to communicate them, you can comment below, and why not even subscribe while you're at it so you can be notified of future episodes. I also have a list of young guns, so young up-and-coming superstars in the accounting and professional service space who I want to get on to share their stories and insights for the younger generation, and also have the idea of something I call influential leaders. And they're going to be the influential leaders of your industry, of the accounting industry. They're the ones that are leading, charging from the front, that everyone can learn so much from. So today, 1 July, I felt important to start this first episode by looking forward over the next year to 2 to 3 years. So 1 July in Australia is the start of a new financial year. And in your country, you might be tuning in from New Zealand, USA, UK, Singapore, wherever around the world. This could maybe be the end of quarter one for you, or it might be the end of quarter two. The topic of today is on planning and looking ahead. And I could spend 2 days talking about this topic, and that's actually something I do on our 2-day strategic retreats. But I find most partners in professional firms, especially accountants, they spend more time planning what they're going to have for dinner tonight than how long they plan on their business. But, it's a big but, you then tell me that you're reliant on your business for your income. So you're really reliant on one thing for one income. You're reliant on the business for your status and your identity. And you also say that your retirement fund, or in Australia we call it your super, is your business. But you would think those important mission critical things would deserve a fair amount of attention. So, I like this question from a guy called Dan Sullivan. In fact, he wrote a book called The Dan Sullivan Question. No, it's not this book here. I'll get to it in a sec. But I'm going to read this word for word because this is my favorite question. And this really sums up what I'm talking about today, about looking forward and about planning and setting goals. So let me get started. If we were having this discussion 3 years from today and you were looking back over those 3 years, what has to have happened in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? Okay, really great question. This is my favorite forward-looking, goal-setting question where you can really think about, and not only think, but start to document and bring to life your dreams and your aspirations. It puts you in a great position to really sit back and think, what do I really want without the constraints of I would like this, but time constraint, money constraint, family, so on, other problems. Putting everything aside, what is it that you want? And also looking forward and putting yourself in your own shoes, but in 3 years' time, and then looking back. At a high level, whatever comes to mind, whatever you document down, it's probably going to be one of three categories. Something to do with finances. I want to grow the business. I want more cash flow. I want more profit. I want more clients. I want more storefronts. Something to do with your time. I want more time with my family. I want time for myself. I want less hours in the business. And the third one is peace of mind. I want the business less dependent of me. I want to be better set up so I feel better. I want to be able to switch off. I want to be able to go away from the office or even go on holidays and not be able to think about work or anything work related for the whole time. That's pretty much impossible, especially in the professional service industry. So those three again, something financial related, time and mind. Some of you might want all three. I want some better numbers. I need control around my time. I want peace of mind. Some of you might have the finances in order. You might have a really strong, you might have created a lot of wealth, strong numbers in your business, strong profitability, strong cash flows, but your time and your peace of mind are just out of control. That might be where your focus needs to be. It is personal to you. So the choice is really yours. And the great thing with this Dan Sullivan question is that we work backwards from that 3-year goals, and lay the tracks to where we are now. Because I think in any sort of planning, when you really condense it down, you're here, and wherever you are is wherever you are. Right in the moment where I am right here is where I am right here. But I can go anywhere I want to go. That's completely up to my choice, and you have that same choice as well. And when we run that exercise, I know I'm here and I know that's where I want to be. There's going to be some sort of tracks to get us there. It's most likely not going to be linear because nothing ever is that super linear. So what we want to now do is chunk it down, because where you are now to that 3-year goal, it's probably going to be a sizable jump. If it's not a sizable jump or a sizable improvement, or maybe something you've never done before, perhaps you're not pushing enough. We want to chunk it down to 12 months, 3 to 4 12-month goals. From there, we want to chunk that 12-month down to 3 to 4 90-day goals. And perhaps from there, you want to chunk those 90 days down to 3 to 4 monthly goals. And they should cascade into one another. What I'm saying is, if I achieve these 3 to 4 things in the next month, that will set me up to best achieve the 3 to 4 things I've set for the next 90 days, which will then set me up to achieve the 3 to 4 things I set in the next 12 months, which will then set me up to achieve the 3 to 4 things I want to achieve in the next 3 years. This resonates a lot with this book right here. This book is called Psycho-Cybernetics. It's written by a guy called Maxwell Maltz. In fact, I think it's Dr. Maxwell Maltz. This here is, if you can see it, this is an amazing book on my must-read list. You can see this one is an oldie but a goodie. I want to read you a certain section from it. We are engineered as goal-seeking mechanisms. We are built that way. When we have no personal goal which we are interested in and which means something to us, we are apt to go around in circles, feel lost, and find life itself aimless and purposeless. We are built to conquer environment, solve problems, achieve goals, and we find no real satisfaction or happiness in life without obstacles to conquer and goals to achieve. People who say that life is not worthwhile are really saying that they themselves have no personal goals which are worthwhile. So The time is never going to be right to run this exercise. So if you just want to be, let's say, a creature of circumstance, drift through life, let alone the next year to 3 years, just drift through life as a boat lost at sea, go for it. That's your choice. But I hate to tell you that there's not going to be a knight in shining armor that's going to come and save you from everything. You need to place your stake in the ground, and it starts with getting some clarity and some direction. But the biggest place that you're going to fall over is not actually what I've been speaking about just now. It's in the execution. So you're going to get distracted. Your ego is going to get into the way. You're going to find a raft of excuses. We've all got an arsenal of excuses for everything. Toxic people are going to pull you down. You'll overthink some things and then not take any action, and other things you won't think at all and you'll take the wrong action. The key here is accountability. You need someone to keep you accountable, preferably someone external and unbiased with, let's say, no political or emotional attachment. And friends and family, they're just generally going to be too soft and go too easy on you. So remember, to know and not to do is really not to know. So to know and document what you want and then not do anything about it, that's really not worth much anything at all. Why even bother doing it? So if you want a little bit of help on this, visit bradturville.com, connect with me there, or head over to LinkedIn. If we're not already connected, search for Brad Turville. LinkedIn is definitely where I hang out online. This is your call to adventure. If you'd like to reference anything that I spoke about today, I'm going to document it all below in the description or in the comments. Until next week, my name is Brad Turville, and this is Modern Firm Practices.